My grandfather's having surgery today at 2 o'clock. My grandma's anxious. I'm anxious. Seems like everyone is.
I'm a lot. I have been a lot anxious.
Except for my
How are you
grandfather.
feeling about today?
I don't know. It's just another day.
To him, this is just another day.
Just another day.
Yeah.
5 years ago this September, my grandparents came over and asked my wife and I to move back to where I grew up. And in September of 2023, it was delivered. If you ask my grandfather why they asked me out of all the grandchildren, he'll say, it's because I'm the most country. Now, that might be true, but realistically, I'm also the one who has spent the most time with them, has the skills that could help them with their farm, and because of my job, have the flexibility to be able to go over there to help them when they need help. On a side note, this is my life that I'm recording to capture the season that I'm in. If you're watching and something resonates with you, please consider hitting subscribe. The episode started off with me talking to my grandparents about going into surgery. And now I'm flashing back to the start of my life as their worker. So, as I was weeding today, I was thinking about the surgery. I was thinking about my grandfather potentially having cancer. And I've been thinking about all the moments that led up to today. Quite honestly, I'm nervous. My grandma's anxious. My grandpa says he's not anxious, but he is. This past week's been really tough. And I'll be honest, the past few years have been tough too. My grandfather and I got in an argument 2 months ago, before we butchered lambs. The butcher showed up, and my grandpa was mad, and I was mad. And I went up to talk to the ranch butcher. He's like, "You okay?" "Yeah, I'm fine." And he looked at me. He looked at my grandpa, who was far away. He looked at me. He said, "Enjoy this. This is going to be over before you know it." It was like a gut punch. Since then, I've been taking more time. I've been talking less. And I've been listening. So when I was building this house, though, I could not wait to be done with it. I couldn't wait to have the electrical in. I couldn't wait for inspectors to be done coming to the property. You know, the power company was supposed to give us power by October. Fast forward to the end of March, we finally got power. And honestly, that was just kind of how the whole process went.
We're getting an electricity pole
Woohoo!
put in for our house.
That's great, dude. They're working over there. They're working right over there.
I didn't know what that thing was.
You know, I was excited to come back to where I lived.
Love
And I didn't really understand the full weight of that until we got out here. How much time, effort, sweat, literal blood went into running a place like this. How my grandparents and I had to figure out how to work together. How they had ways they liked doing things. And this young kid coming in having different ideas of how to run stuff. You know, my grandparents ask me why I have cameras all the time. They've actually stopped asking me because it's just normal now. You know, when I recorded them today, they don't even go, "What are you doing? You're doing what?" They just know. I'm not recording this to become famous. I'm not recording this because people want to see me winding a weed eater. The season of life that I'm in, my 2-year-old son, my 4-year-old son, my 7-year-old son, with my grandparents being here, it's going to be over before I know it. It's going to be over before we all know it. And I want to document it. Today's surgery, it scares me. My grandparents have been bulletproof my whole life. My grandfather's had 2 ankle surgeries. Well, actually full ankle replacements. 2 knee replacements. Probably 5 back surgeries. He got staph infection and almost died when I was a junior in high school. There's been a lot of things. But life is gonna be different before we know it. My grandmother's 83. My grandfather's 85. This time is just going. If you don't have kids, no judgment, that's great. But one thing that changes when you do is your concept of time. You have a living clock, living calendar right in front of your eyes. Life feels fast. And then you have children, and it just speeds up. And so today is really making me think about all of that. This started in Hawaii. My grandpa went to the ER for his bladder. And now he's going in today for surgery to remove tumors for them to see if he has cancer or not. We always live in this time where life can radically change. A lot of times, though, I don't act like it.
I just have a feeling, and I don't know if it's the surgery or the results, or I have been a lot anxious. Grandpa's very
I
anxious.
mentioned earlier that
Making him-
this week has been
we had a
hard.
talk yesterday morning because he just came unglued.
When my grandpa's in pain
and
or nervous,
and-
anxious, he's not the kindest
that's
person
how
to
he
be
feels.
around.
He feels really depressed.
And my grandma,
really-
she gets the
yucky.
most of it,
So
and because I'm
But
around a lot,
anyway,
I get the second most.
yeah. So
So this week
he's
has been
out
hard
there
on
doing
her,
what he's doing.
Okay.
but
How am I
she stuck through
supposed
this
to
marriage
feel
for
about
60
today?
years, and
I don't know.
this is just
It's just another day.
how it goes.
Just another day.
Because I know it's stressful to me, and so I'm sure it's stressful for you.
I think the
So-
most jarring thing to me is
I've had a lot of surgeries that are deeper
how people
and
cope in different ways.
heavier than this one. They say, according to what she had called in, I'll be ready, go in there at 2 o'clock. Surgery takes 80 minutes. I get out of there, I should be 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock.
So if you're
4
watching,
o'clock,
you see this,
analyzing to see
you know,
if I have cancer
at least
or
from what I'm
not.
looking at, he's just like
Yeah.
Whatever.
blank almost.
What's left where
But it
you
doesn't
have
take
been
long for
there,
that
it's
to change.
3.59 acres. My father, when I was
And it
a
changes
little
because he
guy,
starts
had
talking about the
some
past.
land, up there in Princeton, and
He
his
starts talking about
gambling
things that
lost. He put the whole property
have
up
been weighing him
in his
down.
Gambling. He lost the whole place except for 3.59 acres. I remember the orchards. I remember Mother's father. I was 5 when he died, so I remember him. Everything was there. High school, I was reminded by several people how my father, the gambler, lost everything. He lost it all in gambling. And I made the comment one time, I said, no, there's 2 sides to it. I said, there's your side. I said, there's a side that this 80-year-old has lived with for 70 years, that your father lost everything.
I didn't know that.
No, because I never talk about it. I know he had issues of his father. I've seen that. Anyway, that's what my ancestry is trying to find out why, when, and where. They gave this to her, or she's with Bible study with, through the, and it had, in other words, it was, they're out of it, the kids are growing, they don't need these anymore, so.
Yeah.
Just like that.
People who use them.
The small glimpse of the past is moving on. You know, both my grandparents, when things like this happen, they don't like to sit still. They want to keep moving. I sat with my grandfather for a long time today. A lot longer than I intended. And that's okay. It's actually great. It's kind of the point of this whole video.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
To be honest, my grandpa was in a really bad place when I started talking to him.
You might not be stressed out about today.
But the thing I've realized about him is just engaging with him and talking with him and listening to him, it lifts his spirits. And the craziest thing is, you know, that simple story he just told me about his father
Ever.
is something he's been carrying around with him
You know, sometimes it
his whole life.
ain't that's going there. Yeah, I'm living with that.
Thanks for watching No Signal. This is my life, recorded slowly and intentionally. You know, I have a goal to hit 100 subscribers. And when I started this thing, you know, I had these visions of grandeur. And the longer I've continued, you know, over the past 2 months, the more I've realized this is the point of this is just to document where I'm at in life right now. If people like it, that's great. If they don't, that's all right too. If you're somebody who's gotten to this point, I'd really appreciate if you've gotten to this point and something has resonated with you, I'd appreciate it if you subscribed. Share it with somebody you love. Take a moment, put your phone down, or use it to record somebody who is going to tell you a great story about their life growing up. Thanks for watching. This is No Signal. Life happens when you put the phone down.